Hi, my name is Evan Vellman. I'm the Dean of Student Wholeness and School Counselor at Elmer A. Henderson, a Johns Hopkins partnership school. Um, and as we all know, social and emotional climate is vital to mental health. Um, we'll be talking about today how you can prioritize social and emotional climate in your school buildings. So a positive climate, social and emotional school climate promotes well-being, not just for the school community, but also for individuals. We have a couple examples listed here, which include co-teaching social and emotional lessons with mental health staff who are stationed in your building, as well as providing small group experiences for students to address specific social and emotional learning needs. A few things that we do at Henderson Hopkins in this way that I think are really positive is that we have dedicated time for social and emotional learning during our school day, where everybody in the building, pre-K through 8, is learning from an evidence-based curriculum. This provides us opportunity to push in as school counselors, as social workers, as school psychologists, our extended mental health providers, into those lessons to collaborate with teachers. We actually find here that teachers really can take on a lot of ownership of social and emotional learning, but often can get stuck or really need that content area expertise. And so that's why having your mental health specialists in school who know this work inside and out, join teachers and co-teach with them is really, really helpful. Providing that expertise for a teacher to turn to in a moment of doubt or even just a moment of question. A student may bring something up in class where the teacher might not know the answer, might not want to give an answer because they don't want to go down the wrong road. And having somebody there who can give a confident, guiding answer can be a really helpful strategy. Some other suggested actions here to integrate mental health, specifically in response to the pandemic. Something that is not just valuable in schools, but in families as well, is to promote an open dialogue about talking about the pandemic. Not just about how you and your family or your school or your classroom was impacted, but how a variety of people in our country and our world have been impacted, and how folks are responding to the pandemic. It's a moment of openness, not a moment to avoid. Another strategy here is to bring in healthy coping and self-care strategies into the classroom. And point 2 and point 3 here are really, one is in an SEL classroom, but the other is really just in general during your school day. And I think this is really, really important, that we have to teach our students and staff how to care for themselves in a meaningful way, how to cope with stressful situations. And we have to specifically teach those strategies. We can't just assume that folks know how to take care of themselves. We have to be very strategic and intentional about what skills we teach and how we teach them. But then you also have to do the work of integrating those skills that are learned throughout the school day. So it's not enough just to teach somebody how to do it, but you have to let them practice it. So we really encourage folks to use mindful moments, brain breaks, even in your morning meeting. If you're a K-8 school, we have dedicated time in our schedule here at Henderson Hopkins for 15 minutes at the beginning of the day. And we dedicate that time to morning meeting and the traditional things of morning meeting, getting prepared for the day. In our lower grades, knowing what day of the week it is, knowing the date, all those sorts of things, talking about weather, right? All those traditional things that you do during morning meeting, but also integrating a self-care or coping strategy, a breathing skill, an emotional check-in. There are a lot of ways to do it, but you really have to be intentional and purposeful across your school building. You can't just allow people the option of doing it. You really need to make sure that it's happening. Put specific time in the school day teach specific skills, and then give time to practice those skills. Thanks for listening. And I hope you find these recommendations are helpful in prioritizing social and emotional climate to support mental health in your schools.